In The Greatest Mystery of Starfield, Part 3, we attempted to decipher the meaning of the blueprints inside the Constellation vessel from the early teaser trailer. We also found correlations between some modern-day mechanical devices and the mysterious yet somehow familiar ingenuity of the structure in question. Let us continue to decipher some details we may have missed, as well as some new information that we've received only recently as we attempt to decode the greatest mystery of Starfield. Before we get started, I would like to give credit to Zachary Murdoch for pointing out something I misinterpreted. Originally, I thought that a seemingly illegible note written on the schematic of the strange device in the Constellation ship said, "Delta's Constellation sometimes." But after careful review and this helpful comment, I believe that Zachary is correct. After reading the note starting with, "Debate in Constellation continues," much of the following text seems to make sense. Reading from the top, the text now most likely reads, "Debate in Constellation continues over the nature of the patterns. Center design seems intentional, but the..." You might venture to guess what the rest of the note says, but it's hard to make out. If you think you know what it says, leave a comment down below and let me know. Regardless, this tells us that Constellation is aware that these patterns, which they've labeled using the Greek alphabet, have something to do with how the larger device operates, but they're not sure. Now, if we scan down to the bottom, we can see the top of another schematic from an earlier shot in the trailer. What's interesting here is that it shows a piece of material with the alpha pattern inscribed on it. If we compare this sketch to footage from the gameplay trailer, we can see that not only do these fractured pieces appear to fit a larger hole, but that the first pattern labeled Alpha is shown on the shard at the bottom of the schematic, and in a clip from the gameplay trailer where members of Constellation are trying to piece them together through some sort of digital construct or assimilation device. I would also like to point out that these pieces are referred to as artifacts in the new trailer.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for.
In the same footage, they're compared to that of puzzle pieces.
You'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
Meaning Constellation believes that these artifacts, when gathered all together, fit in a way that completes the puzzle. We can start to understand the nature of this artifact puzzle if we refer back to the teaser trailer, where the voice, who I'm sure is this woman from Constellation, says that what you found is the key to unlocking everything. This is a strong clue about the nature of the artifacts. I believe that when properly pieced together, all the artifacts in question create a key, so to speak, that unlocks, opens, or powers the mysterious structure in the gameplay trailer. The aforementioned details also lead me to believe that the first artifact you will acquire in the game is the one with the alpha pattern inscribed on it. One could logically deduce that this would be the case, considering the way the patterns are labeled in the schematic as if in order of appearance, as well as alphabetically. The gameplay trailer also clues us in that your discovery of this alpha artifact, whether intentional or by happenstance, will become the reason you are formally invited to New Atlantis to meet Constellation, who you will aid in acquiring the remaining artifacts.
After some initial encounters, you're invited to join Constellation, who, in the future the game is set in, are the last group of space explorers. To meet them, you'll head to the capital city of New Atlantis.
Also, it does appear that my theory about Constellation being either aided, funded, or acting as the direct space exploration branch of the United Colonies is likely, considering New Atlantis is the capital city of the planet Jemison, and the headquarters of both the United Colonies and Constellation. Referring back to the greatest mystery of Starfield Part 2, I believe that the reason why Constellation is considered the last group of space explorers is because the UC will not allow private spaceflight in their territories for the sake of galactic security and control over much of the settled systems. This behavior would be seen as oppressive or even tyrannical by a percentage of the population, who would eventually form the Freestar Collective, whose philosophy, I believe, is dedicated to private spaceflight and free enterprise among the settled systems.
We're not just here to shoot the bad guys. We're peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Free Star Collective.
This would leave Constellation as the last official or sanctioned group of space explorers in this universe. We can see some evidence in the gameplay trailers seemingly confirming the UC's attitude about safety over liberty. In the next episode of The Greatest Mystery of Starfield, we'll dive further into the meaning behind the artifacts and try to discern how they interact with the towering and mysterious structure that's so coveted by Constellation. In the meantime, I would love to hear any of your theories or ideas. I only ask respectfully that you please not spoil anything for other viewers if you happen to have any inside information. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe so you don't miss the next video as we look forward to the future.